July 19th, 1:14 p.m. We'll call session to order. Invocation. Senator Whiteclay. Frank, we'll call you for invocation. Thank you for the invocation. We'll start off with roll call today. Black Lodge.
Hugh Whiteclay here, Black Lodge District.
Spotted, see that, relay.
Whiteclay, Black Lodge here.
Nito Remo here. Lodge Rex, Nomi here.
Go on, Lodge Rex.
Not for you, good one. Oh yeah, good one.
Giovanni Luda here. Good luck. He goes forgot about Charlie here. Malberry, Mighty Few here.
Alden. Big Gordon here.
Deep Green, Elm Creek.
14 friends.
We got 14 members present this afternoon. Guys, I'd like to recognize Vice Chairman. No guests today. No visiting officials. Number 4, review and approve of journals. I asked you guys if you guys reviewed those journals that were sitting on your desk. We moved it to this portion, so this time can I get a motion to approve journals? Will recognize Senator Nodafree.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Secretary, Executive, Vice Chair, and the body. Make that motion to approve the journals.
Motion's on the floor to approve these 3 journals. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Oak Crow. Question? Question by Boyer. All in favor of approving the 3 journals signify by raising your right hand. Unanimous. 14. Any no's? Abstain? 1 no. No abstain. 13-1. 13-0-1. So that motion does pass. We did receive reports from the legislative branch, committee chairs, executive branch, judicial. Now we move to 6, old business. First item of business on old business is a joint action resolution entitled Designation of the Crow Tribal Trust for Owner's Use by the Upsaugatuck Cattle Company, ACC. This was designated to Natural Resource Chair, Senator Frank Whiteclay.
Keeping committee.
We just keep this in committee. Moving on to the next one, a joint action resolution entitled requesting approving the BIA to make a trust transfer of agency reserve parcel near the prior in connection with its policy on revocation of reserve status. Natural Resource Committee, Senator Whiteclay.
Keeping committee.
His recommendation is to keep this in committee also. Next one, a joint action resolution entitled amending JER 1708 to dedicate a portion of the Arrow Creek Community Complex land for the prior water tank and CTWRD construction yard. Natural Resource, Senator Whiteclay.
Keeping committee.
Committee, for the record, Senator Hogan is in attendance. 15. Next one is joint action resolution entitled limited waiver of sovereign immunity in the Montana Department of Transportation 5311 grant contract operations funding for Pro Transit Department. Judicial Committee, floor recognizes Senator Nodfree.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This joint action resolution was ready in July of 2016. That the legal counsel executive side and they're not aware of this. And, it's been 2 years now. But the recommendation would be keep them ready to do their review with the executive.
Okay, so we'll keep it in committee.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So that one goes back to committee also for further review. Next one, joint action resolution entitled approving the power purchase agreement between the Crow Tribe and Northwest Energy for the Yellowtail Afterbay Hydroelectric Project. Infrastructure Committee, floor recognizes Senator Goodluck.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Secretary Guest, members of the body, Vice Chairman. Talking with the person that contacted was Clay Gregory and Cedric Black Eagle came with his report. Said that they wanted to meet both this item and the next item in August, so we'll keep it in committee until then.
Thank you. Committee. Next one is joint action resolution entitled approving a contract between the Crow Tribe and Mountain States Hydro Sorensen Engineering for the final engineering and construction of the Yellowtail After Hydroelectric Plant. Infrastructure Committee, floor recognizes Senator Goodluck.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Secretary Guest, members of the body. This is also, we'll be meeting on this in August with the Water Resource Team, so we'll keep it in committee till then.
Thank you. I got a question on this one. Is there that deadline that they're supposed to meet on that? Do you know when that is?
Mr. Speaker, I talked with them about this and they said August. They want to meet the week of that fair.
Okay.
Both of these items. But like I said, the committee is willing to work with them. If they want to come in and do it, we can.
All right. Thank you. Next one is joint action resolution entitled limited waiver of sovereign immunity in the construction contract for the Crow Tribe Water Resource Department of CIP Wallet Check Pipe Drop Project. Senate Judicial Committee, Senator Nodfree.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Keep it committee.
Committee, thank you. And on next page, joint action resolution entitled limited waiver of sovereign immunity in a construction contract for the Crow Tribe Water Resource Department CIP Wallow Lateral 400 Improvement Project. Judicial Committee, Senator Nodfree.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Keep it committee until further review with Dr. Alden. According to the statement on his report, he said this might have gone on the wayside. So.
Okay, thank you. Committee on this one also. Moving on, next portion. A joint action resolution entitled requesting that President Donald Trump sign a new executive order on tribal colleges and universities. Health and Human Services Committee. Chairman, Senator Yellowtail. Vice Chair, Senator Brown. Chairman, last time you told you Yellowtail. Give him committee. Recommendations, keep this one in committee also from Vice Chair Brown on this one. Next one would be a joint action resolution entitled committing to reimburse Bighorn County for past solid waste disposal costs from available funds, costs from available funding in the 2018 tribal fiscal year. Finance Committee, Senator Frank Whiteclay.
Yeah, with no reports from Bighorn County on this, we're talking with them to work with the committee, and we'll keep this in committee.
Thank you. Keeping it in committee. Do some more work. Next one, the joint action resolution entitled Limits Waiver of Sovereign Immunity in the Solid Waste Disposal Contract with the Bighorn County Judicial. Senator M. Nodbury.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We'll keep this in committee also.
Committee. Next one, a joint action resolution entitled Approving the Use of LBP Lease Revenues to Repay Crow Nation Express for the tribe's purchase of boats for the Okaba Marina pursuant to CLB 1506. Senator Whitecliff.
Keep this in committee.
Committee. Next one is a joint action resolution entitled Resolution Amending JR 1605 designating Crow tribal land near Crow Agency for the construction of tribal transportation, transit administration and maintenance building and transit bus terminal. Natural Resource, Senator Frank Whiteclay.
Going through my notes, we had a meeting on this in committee, and then we had a committee recommendation to send it to the floor. Approval to send it to the floor.
So this one's going to be entertained today.
Yes.
Okay, so let's read it into record and move forward with this one. I believe the next two will be entertained on the floor. So this time, if you would come forward, Senator Whitecliff.
If we can move to send it to the end so I can get my notes together.
Okay, so he's going to make that a motion.
Motion
He wants to move this to the end so we can prepare and get his notes together. I get a second. Second by Senator Hogan. Question? Question spotted. All in favor of sending this to the end of the agenda, signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed? All those abstaining? 15? 15-0-0, so this will move to the end of the agenda. It's not going to go far, though. And so the next one, joint action resolution entitled A Resolution Authorizing the Chairman of the Executive Branch to implement the terms of the joint venture agreement with AIC Solutions Group Inc. regarding the exploration, drilling, and production of tribal oil and gas reserves on behalf of the Crow tribe. This was okay, there's a little bit of explaining to do on this one. Legal Leslie, I had you print out kind of where we're sitting at on this. I'll try to explain it, but maybe they need it on paper also. So we are on debate portion on this one. This one was a debate portion, and there was a motion to go to Rule 20 once we're in debate section. So that's where it ended. With Rule 20, it's in Natural Resource Committee, Senator Frank Whitecliff. So from here, I'll turn the floor over to his recommendations coming from his district hearings on this. So at this time, I'll recognize Senator Whitecliff.
Alrighty, thank you, Speaker, Secretary, Vice Chair, Body. With this in the debate portion, we had a motion to send it to Rule 20 for district hearings. And I believe every district, they have the sign-ins, they have the notes and everything on every district was heard. Every district had a chance to hear their proposal, and the representatives had a chance to hear from their people on this, on how they should vote. And with that, I think we should just move forward on vote at the floor. And that's where we're at. We're at the debate, so I think moving on, we satisfied the recommendations at Rule 20.
Okay, so coming from the Natural Resource Chair, you did have the Rule 20, he went through the process and we did have district hearings. So at this time, from debate, we either could get a motion, waive second reading, or recognizes Groban.
I got a question privilege, I guess. If I wanted to send this to Monday's special session, would I have to make a motion would I have to vote on it, or we send it to vote?
Parliamentarian.
Turn. Let's go. Ready. My turn. Oh. Speaker, Senator, your question, it does answer by itself of what the chair committee from Natural Resources is saying. It's already on the floor, and we're in debate portion, and we pick up from there. So in all actuality, this item is alive right now.
I'd like to include all the testimonies of the different districts and to be included in this before we present it to the board. Do we have that ready?
Or recognize Senator Wayne Plummer.
Okay, if you have the testimony, it's close to like 50 pages, 60-some pages. We can get it together and present that, and then whoever wants to read the 50, 60 pages plus from the different districts. We had each district, just to put it in perspective, each district had 20 to 30 around there. Some of them had less than that, but all of them had testimony through it, written testimony. We had verbal testimony through all of them, but the written testimony is a lot of pages. I believe that the reason for the Rule 20 was to let the representatives know how their people felt about this and to get their thoughts heard to their representatives.
As meeting chair, I know you went to all these different meetings, and the consensus in the mind of you, was like negative. What Bill Littledale stated was that there were about 7 items that he addressed to be included in this. To my knowledge, it was they were never addressed. That's why I wanted to include, even if you don't read all of them, include it with your since it is Rule 20.
So based on that, I wanted to make a comment too also on parliamentarian. Can you, on Rule 20, on the district hearings, conclusion of the district hearings, what does it state?
There'll be Rule 20G in your House rule. It reads as follows. Upon the conclusion of the public hearing, testimony presented shall be reviewed, and the legislature or subcommittee, which should be committee, shall take such testimony into consideration to develop a final proposal for the vote by the legislature. Again, that's your question.
So with that,
Real quick, we have some also legal issues with that. Leslie, if you would expound on that.
Some people provided oral testimony and some people provided written testimony, but there's an issue of confidentiality because we didn't tell them that these would be published. All we told them was that we're going to give what their opinions were and then come together as a body and decide what to do from what districts wanted. So that might be an issue publishing those.
so like I said, based on the motion for Rule 20, we haven't compiled compiled all the districts' testimony, correct?
The district's testimony are compiled, but they're not put into, I don't know how to say it, like an average of a consensus on it. With all their testimony that we had it, we compiled it for each district, so each district has the testimony in there, but, dealing with the confidentiality with that it's available to each district member, representative. But we didn't, like I said, we didn't tell them that we're going to be publishing these and reading them out loud. And a lot of them had issues with their testimony being anonymous to it.
So let me make this a point too. So my question and my point is abusing Rule 20. The point of Rule 20 is to go compile each district's evidence, and you go to your districts and you want to hear what they have to say, and at the end, coming back and compiling that data and going off of what your districts want to say. So if we don't use that, if we don't listen to those district hearings and those public hearings, what is the purpose of Rule 20? That's my point. So right now we're at the point where are we not listening? We don't know what these districts said. So do you guys see what I'm trying to say? Is abusing Rule 20 and just ignoring these district hearings? Because that's my only point here.
Speaker,
I think Devani had his hand up first, and we'll go to White.
Thank you, Speaker. Can we summarize some of these testimonies and have one of the representatives read it, just so that it's the House Chair, the floor,
So you're White.
record?
yes, we can get the summary of the testimonies to each district so they can provide it on record. And then just for the record, in our district, we took a consensus vote of what the district wanted, and I believe that was the idea behind Rule 20, was to get an idea directly from the people on how we should vote, and that's what we did in our district. If you give us some time, we can compile those and get the whole packet together for each district on their testimony, so that way they can read through it. It'll take some time with either, I don't know the process now because it's live, we're in debate section, if we have to recess or what we have to do, that's
Just the same thing as did with the other one. Motion to the end, if you wanted to. Just do for it's Old Crow. Good luck.
Each of you representatives, I don't know if you were at your districts when they had the hearings. You can pretty much get a consensus of what the people wanted. I think that, each of us districts, we can pretty much give a summary. It doesn't have to be lengthy.
Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just expounding on what Senator Ocro said, we were at our public hearings. We know what the people wanted, what they addressed, what they gave us in writing. Were you at your meeting, scheduled meeting?
No, we had the day before, so.
So when we attend these meetings, that's when we hear what the district wants. They give us the in writing, and they do a oral testimony. So that, I believe, in my opinion, that's what Rule 20 is. Thank you.
Devani.
Thank you, Speaker. And all was probably made an effort to go to these meetings. The only reason I said that was because I took notes at these meetings, so I knew what was going on. But like with the summary, just so that we summarized a few of the testimonies, a little bit of what some of the constituents said would be in it, so that would be on the record.
Any more comments to this? We're just trying to find out how we can move forward. Senator Whitecliff.
I agree with both and the money. If we're bound by our processes, I try to stick with that and do everything is to keep it with the process. And the summary of our consensus of our district, I believe us three in Black Lodge, we took testimony, or we took verbal testimony, we took written testimony, and even before and after, we took a vote in our district so we can get that on record, saying this is how our people wanted us to vote. But through our process, to satisfy for the senators, where do we go now? We're in debate. Are we going to give it time so we can compile these and give them to each district? Are we going to go to roll call? What's the process right now? That parliamentarian will kind of give us an idea on that. Where do we head now? Because we can give those testimonies to each district. It just takes some time to grab them out of legal's office, and I believe we have them separated.
How about we just do this? I'll make a motion and go to waive second reading, go to final roll call vote. Whoever doesn't want it, they can vote no. Whoever wants it can vote yes.
Motion's on the floor. Waive second reading. Go to final roll call vote. Can I get a second? Second, Senator Humphrey. Can I get a question? Question spotted. All in favor of waiving second reading and going to final roll call vote, signify by raising your right hand. Keep your hand up, please. Signify. All those opposed. All those abstain. One abstain. So 1401. So final roll call vote. Black Lodge. This concerns the AIC agreement.
Senator Whitecliff, Black Lodge, vote no.
Spotted. Black Lodge. No.
Whitecliff, Black Lodge, no. Pumpkin Burrito, no.
No.
No, me no.
Grove on, Lodge Gas, no.
Not afraid, Bighorn, yes.
Boyer, Bighorn, no.
Guangi, no.
Just got about something that come out of line up.
Good luck. You lost the on charge of no. Melbourne, Mighty Few, no.
Alderman Bighorn, no.
Deep Green Elephant, no. 14 no and 1 yes.
14 no, 1 yes. This bill is defeated, so it dies here. Moving on. Joint action resolution. Bills. A bill for entitled an act amending the Crow Coal Mining and Reclamation Code. Natural Resource Committee, Senator Whitecliff.
Keeping committee.
Motion is to, or not motion, but recommendation is to keep in committee. Next one, a bill for an act entitled an act establishing a Crow land acquisition and disposal program and ordinance. Natural Resource Committee. Senator Whitecliff.
Keeping committee.
I think you have all these, Frank. Next one, a bill for an act entitled an act to amend the Crow Land Leasing Ordinance 2009. Frank.
Keeping committee.
Committee. Next page, a bill for an act entitled an act to amend the Title 18 Business Organizations of Sauga Corporation Code to add provisions for tribally owned corporations. Economic Development, floor recognizes Senator Stone. Senator Stone, this one, a bill for an act titled amend Title 18 Business Organizations of Solid Corporation Code to add provisions for tribally owned corporations.
Thank you, Speaker, Secretary, Audie, Vice Chairman. This is, it's on the floor, it's ready, but with legal advice, we need one more meeting, so I'm going to keep it in the committee.
Okay, yes, you can bring it out for a session if you do get a chance. So this one is referred to committee. Like I said, I believe that one's almost ready to go. Next one is a bill for an act entitled an act to authorize the Crow Tribe to enter in self-determination contracts and to seek grant funding. Finance Committee, Senator F. White Clay.
Yeah, Speaker, Jerry, requesting for the executive to meet in committee. We haven't had no reply on that. We'll keep it in committee.
Recommendations, keep in committee. Next one, a bill for an act entitled Water Protection Code to Crow Tribe of Indians. Natural Resource Committee, Senator White Clay.
Yes, we'll keep this one in committee.
Recommendation for the committee. Just a question on that last one, water code. Was that the one that was sent to DC for signature?
No.
No? Okay. Alright, next one, a bill for an act entitled Crow Tribal Enrollment Ordinance. I believe that was in Health and Human, Mr. Yellowtail, and he's currently absent, so referred to Senator Brown, Vice Chair. Recommendations, keep this in committee. I believe that's 10 years in the making and should be almost done on that one. Next one, a bill for an act entitled an act adopting a fiscal management act of 2016 and repealing CLB 1101 titled an act to amend the Crow Tribal Fiscal Management Act of 2007 to increase transparency, accountability, and professionalism in tribal accounting. Finance Committee meeting, Senator Frank White Clay.
I believe this one is in litigation. And we do have something coming out with this, so I'll keep this in committee.
Okay, so if I'm correct, there is a plan to rescind this and for the time being, we'll keep this in committee.
Yes.
Okay. Recommendation, keep that in committee. Next one, a bill for entitled an act to amend the Crow Tribal Election Ordinance to add procedures for absentee voting. Health and Human, Senator Yellowtail will call upon Vice Chair, Senator Brown. Committee. Next one, a bill for an act entitled an act authorizing and directing the use of all tribal lease revenues from lands acquired through the APRA for tribal land purchases, including economic development properties. Natural Resource, Senator White Clay.
Keeping committee.
Committee. Like I said, once we get going, we're going to go pretty fast, so that's why we saved it for stay of session and get going on the agenda, I guess.
Yeah. We.
Oh, hey, we got that one. You almost forgot about it.
One more.
Are you ready?
No, I need a 5-minute recess.
5-minute recess, guys, and then that's, he's gonna deal with this, resolution amending JR 1605, designate Crow tribal land near for construction. That's that transit one, right?
Yes, transit, trying to get my notes together so I can, you read that? And then,
5-minute recess, then, don't go anywhere.
yeah,
Still got your guys' check, so don't go anywhere.